My name is Sautoy. I'm the Simone Professor for the Public Understanding of Science and a Professor of Mathematics here at the University of Oxford. At the moment, actually, my life has been taken over not by mathematics or communicating science to the public, but by reading novels, because I'm a judge on the International Booker Prize this year. And so I've just finished reading 128 novels, and now we've got to try and whittle it down and choose, well, first 13, then 6, and then the one that we think is the best this year. Coming down to voting systems, if it comes down to 3 books and, we perhaps rank them, and how do you transfer votes for books that didn't quite make the cut, there is in fact a theorem called Arrow's theorem, which says that if you've got more than 2 things that you're voting on, no system you can come up with will be fair. And that was actually awarded a Nobel Prize. I have tried to explain that to another set of judges that I was on, a judge for the Art Fund Prize about museums. And I could see them all glazing over and saying, like, Marcus, that's very nice, but let's get back to judging these museums. I've been really excited to see interesting uses of different structures in the novels I've been reading. And that is a kind of interesting connection, because I think if I was going to define mathematics, I might define it as the study of structure. When you're reading novels, or especially listening to music, for example, the idea of structure and pattern is what I have been trained to be very sensitive to. And I'm often asked whether that informs the way I listen to a piece of music or read a book. And I think sometimes consciously it really does, but I think probably it's about the subconscious, that I'm picking up patterns because of the sensitivity I have through my training as a mathematician that perhaps others don't see. And I think that's why I enjoy sort of doing talks to literary festivals or as part of concerts, because often that perspective gives people an interesting kind of set of signposts to navigate a piece of music that maybe they're finding very difficult to find their way through.